Welcome to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Back in my Palm Springs home studio from a glorious time with my partner in Cozumel. So no more yoga on the terrace for a while, but we'll be back there. We'll start out in a seated posture today. I'm going to sit up on these blocks. So open the front of the hips. Let my pelvis tilt forward. So when I sit up on the block, sit near the front edge of my block. See, all this can open up. And so a little gentler on my knees than sitting cross-legged. So sit so that you're comfortable. It doesn't have to look like this. And some folks prefer kneeling to sitting. That's fine too. Close your eyes if you like. Feel into the grounding contact with what you're sitting on, whether it's the floor or some blocks or other prop, cushion, folded blankets, whatever. With each exhale, feel that rooting down. Feel your support. With each inhale, think of the crown of your head lifting up, picturing the length of your spine, so you'll sit tall without being rigid or stiff. As your breathing slows down, getting deeper just by coming to a comfortable stillness. Take in the movements of your breathing and the way these movements feel, because we're never really still. There's always some movement. Rising, inhale, rooting, exhale, and whatever other sensations you detect in your own body. Scan your body, going beyond just what's happening from breathing. What was there before? What is making itself known as you sit still and turn inward? Whatever sensations are present throughout your body in this moment. Take particular note of anything that doesn't feel so good, if you've got any such things going on. Noting them so that you can stay aware of any mindfulness. Yeah, stay aware of any mindfulness. Stay mindful of any soreness or stiffness. Having a little trouble this morning with my words. Keeping in mind any issues you've got going on so that you can take care of yourself by skipping or modifying whatever you need to and finding the practice that suits you best today. Whenever your attention is drawn away from, noticing your breathing and noticing what's going on in your body, gently redirect and come back to these points of focus. The intention of observing and taking care. If you wish to add any intentions of your own, do so now. And let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. Let your eyes open if they're still closed. And gently let your chin come down towards your chest. Let's start at the top with some slow circles for your neck. Roll your ear towards your shoulder. And let your head tip back. Other ear towards the other shoulder. Continue just as slowly as you can or as slowly as you like. Recognize that the slowing down can be the most challenging aspect sometimes. When you finish the next circle, change direction. Take a few going the other way. And when you finish the next circle, lift your chin and look forward. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Inhale to draw your heart forward and let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back, let your head tip forward. And just follow your breath a few more times. Leading with the heart, the whole spine will move. Leading with the heart helps it to. So I find that's my favorite way to think about this as I do it. There are other ways for cueing it, but this is my preference. Heart-led, big breaths. And let's make some circles as you inhale and come forward. On the next one, go to one side. As you exhale and go back, go to the other side. Try to keep both sides of your seat grounded, both sitting bones down. We don't want to rock too much and tip over. When you finish the next circle, take a few in the opposite direction. And when you finish the next circle, sit up nice and tall again. Need to adjust my blocks. The circles make the blocks shift around. Reach your hands out to the sides. Rest your fingertips on the floor. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your ear. And as you exhale, reach across to the right. Inhale to bring yourself upright. As you exhale, come into a twist by letting your left hand come to the ground behind you and your right hand come over to your left leg. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Seeing on each breath if your body wants more of the twist. Let that twist unwind. Come back through center. Inhale, raise your right arm. As you exhale, reach across to the left. Feel for length from your hip up through your fingertips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come into the other twist. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. Let yourself unwind and come back to center. I'm going to move off my blocks now for this next thing I'm doing. For me, it doesn't work so well. I'm sit up on something. We're going to pick up the leg that's in front of the other one. Let the foot hang limp. Get your fingers in between your toes. And letting your arms do the work. Roll your foot slowly in circles. Change direction. I'm looking at my video and noticing that I'm slightly tilted. I mean, my image is tilted. My video frame is tilted. Release your toes, cradle your leg, make some circles with your leg. Again, let your arms do the work, let the femur hang in the hip socket, and take circles. I'm going to adjust the camera while you're doing this. And take that tilt out. Or try to. When you finish the next circle with your leg, switch direction and take a few going the other way. The fine-tuning can seem almost endless with the devices, right? And let that leg down, lift the other leg, and grab your toes. Making those circles with your ankle. Make a few in the other direction. Maybe I'm still tilted, but slightly less. The external camera is nice, but the internal camera is always level, isn't it? I guess as long as the laptop's level. Oh. Release your toes, cradle your leg, and make circles with your leg. Change direction. Release. Let that leg down. Rest your hands on the floor in front of you and walk them forward. Find a simple, loose kind of forward fold. Just walk your hands out as far as you can. Let your head hang down. Inhaling, slowly walk your hands back. Press yourself up to a seat. And let's come up onto our hands and knees. You could tip to one side or tip forward, however you want to get there. And bring your hips above your knees, shoulders above your wrists or behind your wrists if it's too much on your wrists to have your shoulders directly above your wrists. Reach back and press into the ball of your left foot. Take a couple breaths. Feel your heel move away from your tailbone. Ease off the pressure on your foot. Slide it out to the side. Bring it in line with your hip. Starting small and slow. Exhale, sit back a little. Inhale, glide forward. Be mindful of the sensation on your left inner thigh. And see how much of that rocking feels right for you. Maybe the movement gets a bit bigger. Pause at the forward half of the movement. Walk your hands out. Let your head come down between your arms like a downward facing dog in the upper body. And walk your hands over to the right. And press into your hands. Send your right hip 2 inches towards your right heel. Slowly walk your hands back to center line. And back in under your shoulders. Sweep your foot back behind and bring your knee down. And take a few breaths with cow pose, cat pose. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, draw your heart up, let your head and tailbone come down. I'm flexing my feet as I do this. I just started to get a wicked cramp in my calf. That last complex stretch. Ouch. Travel hangover from sitting around yesterday on planes and in airport terminals, I guess. Maybe I need some electrolytes. Come back to table. Reach back, press into the ball of your right foot. Ease off that pressure. Slide your foot out to the side. Exhale, sit back a little towards your left heel. Inhale, glide forward. Feel into how much movement is sufficient here. Getting a nice stretch without causing any pain, without straining anything. Gently probing against resistance. And next time you come forward, stopping with the rocking, walk your hands out in front of you. Allow your head to drop down. And scoot your hands over to the left. And press into your hands, send your left heel, your left hip back a little towards your left heel. And walk your hands back to center. And then back in, under your shoulders. Slide your foot back behind. Bring your knee down again. Take a few cow and cat breaths. And come back to table. Curl your toes under. Walk your hands in towards your knees. Come up standing on your knees with your feet engaged. I should move that so you can see my feet. You're going to sit back towards your heels to whatever degree is okay for you. So I'm going to sit on my heels because I know, because this is what feels good to me. You might want to just sit higher if this is too much sensation on your feet. The stretch creates a lot of sensation in the feet, and you can control that by how high you sit. So you might even put something between your heels and your butt, or between your butt and the floor, like a block back there. And then you know you're not going to go any lower than that. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Interlace your fingers. Reach your palms forward. Raise your arms overhead. Lower them down in front. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale up through center. Exhale out and down. We'll go through that sequence with the arms and the hands 2 more times, and then we'll free up our feet. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Interlace your fingers. Reach your palms forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale up through center. Exhale out and down. Once more. Inhale out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Interlace your fingers. Reach your palms forward. Raise up overhead. Lower down in front. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale up through center. Exhale out and down. Counter pose being the best part. Tip forward onto your hands. To the table. Rest the tops of your feet on the floor and bang them on the floor. As slow or fast as you like. As hard as you like. It's a great stretch for the feet, but also for that calf that was bugging me. Step your left foot up between your hands, maybe using blocks under your hands to ease the transition. Step your right foot forward, hang out in your forward fold. Sway from one side to the other, bending one leg, then the other, hands hanging down, hanging in the air, or dragging on the ground, or holding onto your elbows. A lot of people like to hold their elbows like this. The weight of your head drawing down towards the floor, lengthening your neck. Weight of the arms dragging downward, lengthening the shoulders and the back. Torso hanging down, lengthening the backs of the legs, the glutes. Gently shake your head no. And nod your head yes. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands hang at your sides. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear. Slide it back. Let it down. And your right shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach to the sides. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself. Bring your chin towards your shoulder. Roll it down past your sternum and up to the other shoulder. Down past your sternum. Up to where you started. Turn your head forward. Inhale, spread your wings. Exhale, cross your arms the other way. Bring your chin towards your shoulder. Roll it down past your sternum and up to the other side. Down past your sternum. Up to the other side. Inhale, turn your head back to center. Inhale, open up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale your arms out and up. Interlace your fingers, reach your palms up, and look up at your hands. Lift up your heart. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, bend to the right, feeling for length from both arms. And see if you can keep the left heel anchored. Sometimes it wants to lift away from the floor. With an inhale, come up to center. And as you exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. Now let's pick up our blocks. I'm going to play with the blocks, not by putting them under our hands or by sitting on them, but by doing a series of movements with the blocks in our hands. And I realize I still don't have my camera aimed quite right, do I? I'm going to raise my blocks overhead and you won't see my blocks. This is a camera my roommate gave me for Christmas, and yes, I'm still getting used to how we use it. So I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm going to do with the blocks, because some of it's going to be behind me. We'll go like this. And if you don't have blocks, you can use almost anything. You could use a couple of water bottles or a couple of objects, that are a good size to hold in one hand. They don't have to weigh much. I suppose you could do it with weights. I've never done it with weights, but maybe it's a couple books. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Bring them together. Exhale, dip them down behind your head, behind your neck. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, out and down. Bring them together behind your seat. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, come down. And let's go through that a couple more times. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, dip back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Okay, let's set those down. It's a nice sequence for the back and shoulders. And sure, for the arms. Now we'll start some sun salutation. I'll keep giving these funny looks at the camera to check what I'm doing. Inhale, out and up. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands and step back to a plank. Let your knees down if you like, anytime you're in plank. Either plank version, knees down or knees up. Let your hips come down in line with your knees and your shoulders. Exhale, slowly lower all the way to the floor. See if you can keep your elbows in closer to your body. Press into your hands. Inhale and lift your head and chest to whatever height is okay in your lower back. Each time, listen to your body. Because it's a heart opener, whether it's here, or anywhere in between. Exhale, rock back, pass through table, curl your toes under, press into your feet to lift your knees, press into your hands and lift your tail, and pedal your feet up and down. Letting the back of your body lengthen, the whole back of the body. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Doesn't matter how many steps it takes. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale down. Step back to your plank. On an exhale, lower. Maybe all the way, maybe just halfway. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to your plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, back and up. Then take 3 cleansing breaths. Let your knees down. Then make your way to child's pose for a minute. Maybe you open your knees further apart. Sit back towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. Let your head come down to rest on the floor or on your hands or on a prop. Let your head rest on something so your neck can disengage. Check in with your breath and scan your body. Inhale, come forward and up to table. And we'll transition to sitting across your ankles. Walk your hands in towards your knees. Roll back over your ankles or tip onto one hip and swing your legs around. Extend your legs forward and flex your feet back towards you. And here we go again. He's got to adjust his camera because his lower body is off camera. That's no good. So legs extended forward, feet flexed back towards you. And inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale to fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend, let them bend. As you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. As you exhale, think of lowering down. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit yourself up. Use your arms to nudge your legs apart to whatever degree is okay for you. Find the edge of your own comfort zone. Using your arms, bend your left leg and bring your foot over to your right thigh or right knee. And then pivot your torso towards your right foot. Flex your right foot back towards you. And now reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold down over your leg. And take a couple breaths. Seeing if maybe that fold deepens a bit on the exhales. Swing your right arm out to the side and turn your head to the right. Turn your thumb down. Reach the back of your hand towards your left hip. Then peel your right shoulder back. Extend your arm. And bring your right hand back over by your left hand. Open your left arm to the side and turn your head to the left. Turn your thumb down. Reach the back of your hand towards your right hip and peel your left shoulder back. Extend your arm. Turn your thumb up. Reach your arm up alongside your ear. Reach your left hand overhead towards your right hand. Reach your arm back up and back out. And swing it across. Bring your left hand back to your right hand. Walk your hands up your leg and sit up. Using your arms to help extend your left leg. Bend the right one, bring the foot across. Pivot your torso. Flex your left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Open your left arm out to the side and turn your head to the left. Turn your thumb down. Reach the back of your hand towards your right hip. Peel your left shoulder back. Extend your arm. Bring your left hand back over by your right hand. Open your right arm out and turn your head to the right. Turn your thumb down. Bring the back of your hand towards your left hip. Peel your right shoulder back. Extend your arm, turn your thumb up, reach your arm up alongside your ear, reach your right hand overhead towards your left hand. Reach your arm up again, and out again, and swing it across. Bring your right hand to your left hand, and walk your hands up your leg. Sit yourself up. Extend the right leg again. Bring the soles of your feet together, leaving a big space between your heels and your pelvis. Grab the mat, reaching under your ankles or over your ankles. Walk your hands forward, using traction in your arms, coming down into a pretzel fold. Let your neck disengage and your head hang, and breathe into your lower back. Slowly walk your hands back, lift your torso, bring your heels in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers and grab your toes in your hands. Wriggle on your seat, tilt your pelvis forward, bring the bones in the seat closer to the floor. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward with your spine long. See how far that goes. When the long spine isn't lowering anymore, let your head drop and breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and lift your knees towards each other. Rest your feet on the floor. Reach your hands forward. Sit back as far as you can without tipping onto your back or lifting your feet. Spine nice and long. Play here with some forward. Lift your feet a little bit, take a couple breaths. At any time, you can put your feet down. At any time, you can use your arms to support your legs. Think of the highest you could lift your feet and go halfway there. Keep breathing. Lift your feet as high as you can. Lower halfway. Lower most of the way. Let your feet down. Plant your hands on the floor out past your hips. Wiggle your feet out by the edges of your mat. Let your knees go back and forth. As your knees go to one side, you could turn your head to the other side. Bring your feet in closer, about hip width apart. Come down onto your back, a little heavier. Strap and blocks where you can reach them. So end up on your back with your heels as close to your butt as they'll go. You can place a block between your knees on the middle position to set your knees hip width apart too. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale to lift your hips up to bridge pose. If you want to open your heart more, you can wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other. Clasp your hands under you and reach your knuckles towards your heels. If you're clasping your hands, unclasp them. Exhale, slowly let your hips come down. Float up and down at your own pace a few times, inhaling up and exhaling down. Now we'll take supported bridge for maybe a minute. Lifting up, putting a block under the sacrum, coming down to rest on the block. And of course, for anybody watching later who doesn't have blocks, you could use pillows, folded blankets, a foam roller, a roll of yoga mat. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift up off your block. Move it out from under you. Exhale, slowly come down. Move your blocks out of the way. Draw your knees towards your chest. And take the strap. Open it up. Run it under your feet. Hold one end in each hand. Reach your feet and your hands up. Point your toes at the ceiling. Point your toes down towards your face. Let your feet relax. Move your feet away from each other. Move your feet back towards each other. Take your left foot out of the strap. Press the back of your left leg to the floor. Hold the strap in your left hand and reach your right arm to the side. Draw your leg over to the left. Turn your head to the right and try to keep your shoulders grounded. Slowly come back to center. Take the strap in your right hand. Press down on the, on the front of your left hip. Let your limbs fall open to the right. Keep the left side anchored. Keep the left cheek on the floor. Keep the pelvis from rolling to the right. Very gently come back to center. Lift your left leg. Step your left foot into your strap. Take your right foot out. Press your right leg down. Reach your left arm to the side. Draw your leg to the right. Then turn your head to the left. Bring it all back to center. Take the strap in your left hand. Press down on your right hip. And open to the left. Nice and easy. Come back to center. Raise your right leg. Draw your knees in. Set your strap aside. Hug your knees. Rock and roll on your back. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up to grab your legs or grab your feet. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Whenever you feel complete, make your way to Shavasana. Get comfortable. Maybe recall an intention you set for yourself to reflect upon. Maybe just focus on your breathing. Or maybe just let your mind go wherever it will go. Start to find some deeper breaths. Invite small movements to your body. Allow your movements to gradually grow bigger. When you're ready, gently sit yourself up. And bring your hands by your heart. And practice today. The light within you sees, honors, and bows to that same light within you. Namaste. Be sure to visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to check out our schedule of daily offerings and stop by the tip jar. Have a wonderful day.